Hello and welcome back to the Drake and Josh podcast. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Trevor.
And today we watched The Storm.
The Storm.
The Storm ep. The classic ep of season 4. One of the most memorable episodes, I would say, of Drake and Josh as a whole.
It's a really good one.
Especially season 4.
Yes. But also, yeah, like you said, overall.
Yeah. It is a really iconic episode, but also at the same time, a kind of a strange one because Josh isn't in it at all.
He's in it at the very beginning, and then that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the time he is just mentioned off cam or like on a phone call, except for in the very beginning when he's in there at the house. The way that this episode starts is you want to talk about the cold open?
The episode opens with Drake and Josh talking about unexpected things, and Drake really likes them, and Josh does not.
Yeah.
And their example was, again, a very similar situation at the beginning, but then diverges greatly at the end, where Drake and Josh go to the dentist.
Yeah.
And Josh finds out his gums are infected and pussy.
Inflamed
and pussy. And Drake gets to take the dentist's niece. He's like, we'll clean your teeth another day. Here's $200. Take my niece out and show her a good time.
And he gives him $200. Yeah, so Josh has to get his inflamed gums cleaned, and the dentist fucking sneezes and destroys his gums, basically. Punctures them whole.
Punctures a hole in his tongue.
Oh, yeah, the tongue.
He's digging around in his gums with the needle, or with the hook. Why would you dig around with the hook?
Sometimes you got to dig.
Not in the gums. And then he punctures a hole through the middle of his tongue. And they illustrate this by having Josh pull his tongue out.
Your dentist never takes the hook and goes over the ridge of your gums?
He goes over my teeth, but he doesn't dig into my gums with it.
Well, I'm not talking about digging. I'm talking about...
That's what he was talking about, digging into his gums.
Tracing the outline of your tooth, pretty much.
Yeah, a little bit. Anyways, so Drake then takes the girl, who's really hot, out for tacos. And the taco place is like, hey... made too many or something?
Something like that.
Here's 6 burritos for free. So Drake gets 6 free burritos, $200, and a hot girl. And Josh gets a hole in his tongue being sewn up for the afternoon.
Which you might as well take advantage of that and get that tongue ring, you know?
It was in the back of his tongue because he pulled his tongue out to show the dot, and it was like the back, which is gotta hurt.
Yeah, definitely.
It doesn't even go if he went all the way through... He went through a lot. Like, he can't go all the way through without going out the bottom of your jaw.
Definitely destroyed a couple nerves.
More than likely. It's bleeding. Although your mouth heals very rapidly.
Yeah? You know about mouth injuries?
Your mouth and eyes are the 2 places in your body that heal the fastest, I think.
What's up with that?
I mean, they're wet all the time.
So that's a good thing?
Yeah. It's I don't know. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I bit off a part of my tongue.
What?
Like the side.
How'd you do that?
I bit on it way too hard doing something. I don't remember what it was. I was and like a chunk of it came off, like on the side.
Jeez.
And it healed back over in a day or 2.
That sounds crazy.
And then it fully healed after maybe a week. But it stopped bleeding after a day, if that.
So you're telling me that if I want to heal something on my body, all I got to do is keep it wet all the time.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
So if next time I get a cut on my leg or arm or hand or something like that, I'm just going to keep it wet all the time.
Absolutely. Yep, that's totally what I'm saying.
I'm going to test this out.
Don't follow those instructions.
The theory is going to be
heavy
tested.
Sarcasm. We are not liable for any injuries you may cause because of this.
Trevor's a doctor.
Yep. I'm a doctor of science.
We are scientists technically.
Things.
Because we have Bachelor of Sciences.
We do technically have Bachelors of Science degrees.
Unfortunately.
We're Bachelors of Science.
You are still a bachelor, aren't you?
A
bachelor and a scientist.
Why you got to cut me like that?
I'm not. I said it as a good thing.
It's not a good thing. I'm sad and alone.
Bachelor pad, scientist, badass
Don't even
bitch.
have a bachelor pad. Still live with my parents.
Badass dude, though.
Thank you. I will take that one.
Badass dude with a cold.
with a mild cold. Yes. It's on the tail end. It's going away.
The tail end, but the effects are being heightened because you've been drinking today.
I've been drinking and I've been talking a lot.
Yeah, well, we've been chilling.
The past couple of days, I have not talked hardly at all.
Yeah.
Because I've just been home by myself trying to rest. So the most I'll do is talk to Piper going, you want to go outside? And she'll go, yeah. And she'll wag her butt and then we'll go outside. And then she'll pee and then we'll go right back inside. And it's fun.
Classic Piper.
And we watch movies.
Also, we apologize if there's any sort of break in episodes coming out, because right now we're probably only going to have these 2 episodes recorded in this session.
I'm going to try my best to come back
sooner. Because we had recorded the one after we came back from the brewery and from lunch.
And I then already worn my voice out quite a lot.
Yeah, Trevor was like, I'm not going to be able to do another one. And I was like, what are you even talking about?
Yeah.
And then we took a break. We started playing the game that Trevor brought. What was it called?
It's Pandemic Rise of Cthulhu, I believe.
It was a good game. I liked it.
It's like
it was fun. I liked working together.
If any of you who listen have played Pandemic before, it's very similar rules with a Cthulhu art style to it, but also the rules are a little. It's like a very good introductory way to learn how to play Pandemic. That's from what I've been told. I haven't actually played full Pandemic before. I've watched people play Pandemic.
Really?
And then my understanding is this is almost the same rules, just a lot simpler, but more fun.
I mean, I liked it. I thought it was fun. We dressed up into character to match our characters on the card.
Yeah, we got pretty lucky on the stuff that we had because there's some weird characters and we didn't get some of those. We got like the detective.
I had the driver.
And Abby had the doctor.
Yeah. So Trevor wore a trench coat and I had basically a button down and a tie on. Yeah. Abby had a bucket hat and some glasses.
Which probably would have been much better for the reporter.
You think so?
Yeah, that's basically what the reporter wears.
Still a good time.
Oh, very.
So then we ordered some. We did win. Yeah, we won the game, which Trevor was surprised by because I had a real bad turn where a bunch of stuff got summoned.
You summoned 3 old ones in one turn.
I didn't mean to.
It was kind of wild.
Didn't mean to.
But we came back from it, which was insane.
Yeah, we did. We came back. There was only 1 card left, and it would have been Cthulhu.
No, we had one more old one before Cthulhu.
Oh, okay. So we had a couple more, and then we would have been fucked.
I think.
But yeah, we were able to win at the end, which was really good. And then we watched. What were we watching? We were watching some YouTube, and we decided to order a pizza. So we just ate the pizza, and now we're back into the recording session.
Absolutely.
So we probably won't record one tomorrow. So we'll probably have to wait till next time you come up. Hopefully, there's not that big of a break, but
hopefully, well,
if there is, I apologize.
With the way you're working, I think I might have some. It depends on when I'm working, because if I don't work, or if I work early on like a Thursday, that'd be pretty chill. Because then I could just drive straight here after work and then record and drink, and hopefully I won't be sick anymore.
Yeah, hopefully the sickness doesn't just last forever.
Get down with the sickness. I can't do the thing because my throat's all fucked.
What the
Thank you. I can't do it right now.
And other than that, we've been playing with Pip. He's been running up and down the hallway chasing the red light.
Did you name him that after Fallout stuff? Pip Boy?
No, he's named after the character from Game of Thrones.
Oh.
From the Night's Watch, Pip.
Yeah, Pip.
Sing me a song, Pip.
Didn't Pip turn out to be kind of an asshole at the end?
No. Spoiler alert. So tune out if you haven't watched Game of Thrones. He dies.
Spoiler alert, he tries to kill John, right?
No.
Isn't he part of the Pip's the young boy, right?
No.
Who the fuck's Pip?
Pip is the guy who is friends with Gren, and he's from the beginning with John and Sam.
Oh, he was the guy.
He's the one that dies with Sam during the Battle of Castle Black.
Yeah, he's like down in the pit.
The Battle of the Wall or whatever.
With the giant coming in through the gate.
No, he dies on the wall.
He dies on the wall?
He dies guarding
God, I don't remember
he
which one's
dies
Pippet.
guarding the
Oh.
outer wall with Sam. He gets shot by the arrow from Egret because
Okay.
him and Sam are shooting the crossbow over the wall to shoot wildlings. They're just loading crossbows and shooting.
Okay. I think I know which one you're talking
It's
about.
crazy
now.
that you don't, but I guess you have only seen the show once.
Yes.
I've seen it like 3 or 4 times, and I'm reading the books.
So for me, I thought you were talking about the kid from the neighboring village that
No.
joins up and stabs John.
No,
and
fuck
then
that kid.
John kills him.
Fuck that kid.
John chops his fucking head off.
No, he hangs him.
Oh, that's right. He does hang him. He hangs all of them together. I forgot.
Come on, Trevor.
Jeez, it's been a while since I've seen those, and I've only seen it once.
He chops off the head of Janos Slint.
Yes. Okay. Anyways, back to the episode. So Josh gets a bus for Drake and them because they're practicing.
Whoa! You're skipping ahead, my
I
friend.
did skip ahead. I'm sorry.
Drake is practicing upstairs in the bedroom with his band. The couch is moved out of the way.
None of the same members that used to be in the band.
No, all new members. The girl bassist is gone. New
Trevor
drummer
is gone.
obviously. And new guitarist as well, I think.
I believe so.
Yeah, so Drake is pissed. He's telling each of them that they're garbage. He's like, "You're behind. You're playing an A something instead of
Playing in a
whatever."
different key.
And then he looks at the drummer and he's like, "And you're wearing a girl's shirt."
He's like, it's a blouse.
And he says that he's wearing it because all his clothes are dirty and it's his sister's shirt.
And like, of all the shirts to
It's
grab,
it's a ridiculous looking
it's a
one,
very frilly, like,
and it's like
quarter
low-
sleeve
and
with
low
like the
cut.
big thing. Yeah, like the big puffy thing on the end of the sleeve, whatever
Yeah.
those are called.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I know, and like
yeah.
all sorts of frills on the chest.
Yeah, it's a bizarre shirt.
I'm sure your sister has a couple of T-shirts you could wear.
You would think, or something, or like your dad or something.
Yeah, or wear a dirty shirt.
Yeah.
How dirty are your clothes that you can't wear one of them?
He does seem like a disgusting guy.
Put some like fucking cologne on it and just go.
And then he's so they're gonna play at an outside venue. They're gonna be playing at a big venue to open up for the Sparks.
Yes, which apparently is a big band
Um,
in this world.
yeah, they're real pumped about it. So then the drummer asks for sunblock.
And he's like, "Why do you want sunblock?
he's like, the venue's outside.
It's at night." And he's just like, "Well, you don't want to share your sunblock."
So then Drake walks over to the dresser and takes it and just blasts him in the face with it. Just unloads like half the bottle.
And so Josh comes in and is like, hey, what's on his face? Because he thought it was cum.
Yeah, and Drake's just like, don't ask. Yeah, and then for some reason the guitarist goes over to the window, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, what's outside? Is that a freaking bus?
Why is
dude?"
there a bus in your driveway, bro?
Yeah, and Josh is like, you're dumb.
Get away from the window.
He's like, dumb, bitch. And then Drake goes over there and is like, that's a freaking bus, dude.
Josh is like, "Oh, it's supposed to be a surprise." But
Still a surprise.
It is still a surprise.
That's a surprise.
Rented a bus and invited a bunch of our friends to come over to all ride with you to the concert. It's like, do they all have tickets, first of all?
They do.
All these people have tickets.
I feel like it's a weird setup because Josh is like, it's supposed to be a surprise. All of it is still a surprise. Did he just want the surprise to happen at a different point, I guess?
He might have wanted
Maybe
Drake.
he wanted it to...
I think he might have wanted Drake to come downstairs
and see the people.
see all the people. But Josh leaves like almost immediately after. He's like, "There's the bus. It was supposed to be a surprise. Bye. I'm going to go make sure that everything's ready at the amphitheater."
Because at this point, he's still their manager.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I don't think he ever stops being their manager for the rest of the series.
Yeah, I think he just continues
Yeah.
his managerial roles.
Which it's not much whenever I guess it's a small band like that.
I mean, he gets some fucking good ass.
He got him
gigs.
some like
better
yeah.
than the last one. Who got him that old folks home run? Remember from Go Hollywood?
Josh got him the Sparks. I
Hashtag
imagine.
throwback to fucking Go Hollywood.
That was a classic, man. And the fucking laser lights freaked all the old people out.
Still looking forward to watching the next
Real Big Shrimp?
Kind of, yeah. I was gonna say kind of movie, even though it's just a 2-part ep apparently of Really Big Shrimp. And then definitely not looking forward to, but still have to do it. The Christmas movie.
We got quite a few episodes before Really Big Shrimp.
Yeah, a lot of really, really good episodes too. I'm looking forward to it.
Megan's first kiss.
Steered Straight.
Eric punches Drake.
Josh is done. That's the sad one.
Treehouse though. The meme.
Yeah, that's the meme.
The meme episode.
Dinner with Bobo. Bad rating.
Dinner with Bobo though.
I don't really remember it. On IMDb, it has a massive fucking bio.
I remember this one. It's the
monkey.
The monkey one. Or orangutan one.
Yeah.
But anyways, that is for next time.
Yeah.
So Josh leaves to go to the concert venue.
Last time you'll ever see him.
To check on everything and make sure it's okay.
Last time.
And then
Drake pops on the TV.
Yeah, because Walter's like, sunny skies, and he's got a new hairdo.
This is before Josh leaves. We forgot about it. Josh is like, turn on the TV. You got to see Walter.
He's got a new hairdo.
Yeah, and so they pop it on, and it's just he like fluffed it up, so it's just like
he basically got a shitty perm.
It's like it's not really a perm. It's like a blowout, I guess, maybe.
Okay, I'll say that. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a real. He looks kind of strange. He looks like he's trying too hard, essentially.
Which he is.
Yeah. And he makes a joke saying that if it's a 5-day forecast, why don't we just call it a 5-cast? And that's when they turn the TV
They're both
off.
just like, they both basically face palm without actually face palming. And then Josh is like, that's when the bus is found. And
yeah, all that stuff happens.
And then Josh leaves and is like, fuck off, bye.
So Drake goes downstairs, party's going on. Limeade's flowing.
Absolutely. And
Helen's like, this limeade tastes like mucus. And then she's like, this fern gonna be dead by nightfall.
There's a lot of good lines in this.
I've written almost all my notes are just quotes.
That's good though.
Next one.
We forgot. Missed one of my notes.
We forgot the sister comes into the bedroom before they go down to the party. The drummer's sister.
Oh right.
She rushes in and she's like, give me my shirt back. So he ends up having to take it off. And then he's got a fucking awful tattoo of just a foot in the middle of his chest. Too. It's like solid ink. There's like no detail to it. It's just
hurt too.
It's so much ink.
So much ink.
It's just a foot in the middle of his chest.
And not even like the full foot. It's like someone literally like stepped in some ink and then stepped on his chest because it's like that weird side curve that you get when you do a footprint.
Yeah, like
it's
when
not
you
like
walk
the
in the
full,
sand.
Yeah. And they're like, why do you have a tattoo of a foot on your chest? And he's like, I don't know.
Oh, and I took a lot of notes apparently. Also, they ask Josh where he got a bus, and he's like, getabus.org.
Why is it .org?
Yeah, but that's a great URL, though. Getabus.org.
It is.
You would never forget it.
I getabus.com makes more sense, though.
Yeah, so fast forward back down to the party. Right after the limeade remark.
Everyone's there.
Yeah, everybody's there. Gavin's there. Crazy Steve's there. Craig and Eric. Couple of girlfriends.
That's the thing. Those are the big guests. Two of Drake's ex-girlfriends are at the party as well as his new girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he is freaking the fuck out.
And the new girlfriend is the one from the competition episode, by the way, guys.
Yeah, the same one
hair.
from the record store.
Yeah, one of the long time. And then one of the old girlfriends is the one from the wrestling episode.
Yep.
And then the other one, I have no idea.
I don't recognize her at all.
It's probably from early as fuck, and then she just looks different because she grew up.
Could be.
Is my guess.
Or they're just like, we needed another girl. Grab any random blonde, and that's probably
It could have been, because he really didn't have any other big girlfriends, from what I can remember.
Think of.
There were episodes.
There was the smart girl.
Oh, yeah.
But
that wasn't her.
No.
Maybe she was the girl that he went on a date with, where Josh ends up having to wrestle or fight the guy. There was that girl that ate the spaghetti at their house. Remember? From season 1.
Vaguely, yeah.
I think that was the pilot episode is what I'm thinking of.
Could be, but I don't.
That would be a fucking throwback.
That would be a real big throwback.
But also Gavin is there, and he says, how tall is your mom? 5'2", 5'10"?
Which, what a big gap. And he's just also straight up goes, your mom's hot.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Gavin, stop.
And he tells Drake to measure her. And he's like, I'll measure her later.
He's like, don't forget. And Crazy Steve's there. Did we say that already?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, Crazy Steve is there. He's wearing his the premiere uniform.
Yeah, of course. I don't think he owns any other clothes.
I don't think he does.
So they're having this party, having a good time, and it just starts raining.
Yeah.
It starts coming down. Thunder, lightning. Walter comes in, and Drake's like, Walter,
you said... first it's a drizzle.
Oh, right, it is drizzling.
Because they say... right.
Right.
So yeah. So they're like, it's drizzling out. What does that mean? It can't be drizzling. And then
it means a light rain.
I know what a drizzle means. That's a great little exchange that they have. Him and Megan.
Classic Megan. Also, Drake stupidly asks Megan to keep his girlfriends apart.
Yeah.
And so, of course, she immediately puts them all together in a group.
Yeah. He goes over there and sees the three of them talking over by the little like window bar thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where she says she put them all together.
He's like, why did you do that? She's like, he's like, you're an evil girl. And she's like, look who's catching on.
He drinks the limeade too in that part, and he just makes like a disgusted face. He's like, ugh. We skipped over a line, apparently, that was in between this somewhere, where they're talking about P.F. Chang's. I think Helen and Gavin.
Gavin asked Helen, so you invited Crazy Steve.
Yeah.
And Helen's like, had to. When my niece had her bat mitzvah, Crazy Steve found out and he wasn't invited. So while we were all in the temple, he went out and slashed everybody's tires.
And he's like, that temple needs better security.
She's like, oh, it's gone now. It's a P.F. Wang's.
Yeah, love their Mushu.
Who doesn't?
Fucking love that line. Love their
Mushu.
Well, who doesn't?
It's a very good exchange.
Yeah, so what comes after that? Okay, so Walter's back into the living room. He is talking to them about how it's just going to blow over and the rain just keeps getting worse.
Much, much worse.
And then he gets a phone call from his boss and he's like, oh, this is Mr. Galloway. So, by the way, guys, if you've been listening to this podcast for a long time or if you've
you're a big Drake
seen,
and Josh fan.
If you've seen all the episodes, Mr. Galloway is the same boss who's in the babysitting episode from season 1 when Drake and Josh babysit Mr. Galloway's kid.
Yep.
And lose the kid.
Yes.
Bad episode. Don't like it.
No.
Couple funny parts.
I barely remember us even watching it.
Dino, blow your horn. We watched it with Kirk, I think.
Okay, we might have been really drunk for that one.
Well, it was while you were still in college, so it was a really long time ago.
Still might have been really drunk for that one.
Yeah, so that gives us the information, because we didn't know this at the time. When we would watch the episode, we thought he was just a generic boss, like he just had a job. We didn't know he was a weatherman yet. Now we have it in concrete evidence. He was a weatherman then as well. Because I remember talking to...
he was a weatherman?
Apparently, because it's Mr. Galloway.
But that's his boss. It doesn't necessarily mean he's the weatherman.
What do you mean? Back then?
Yeah, or now.
What?
He could just be like the network boss.
No, I'm talking about Walter.
Yeah. Wait.
Walter's a weatherman.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
I thought you were talking about Galloway.
I'm saying that he's his boss, so we knew that Walter was a weatherman back then.
Yeah. We've always known Walter's been a weatherman.
What are you talking about?
Was there a time where we didn't know Walter was a weatherman?
Yeah, back then, because they don't say what he did.
Really?
Not in the early seasons, no.
Oh.
Season 1, Episode 4.
Oh, definitely.
This is true.
I assume he owns the network. He's the network exec at this point.
What else could he be?
Because, he's got the power to fire, and he controls Drake and Josh's
At this point, we
life.
don't actually know what his dad does, though, right? In the show?
He's a weatherman.
I know, but, in terms of context for the show, have they ever said it yet?
I don't know. That's the only thing.
See, I wasn't on the other episode, so I haven't seen him as recently as you guys.
I don't think
I don't remember them ever stating if he's
I don't even
a
think
weatherman or not.
Well, because in the other episodes, they don't bring up work or jobs at all.
Yeah, so...
These people it becomes a big plot point at one point.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah, because Josh goes on, right?
Yeah, he does. Season 2, Josh goes on. I think it's season 2.
What could he be? What could we just
generic,
he's not a weatherman.
generic boss.
He just got a job, yeah.
He's got a job
Paper
and he wants a
pusher.
promotion.
Yeah, he works in a factory, I assume. Office job, maybe.
More likely an office job.
Back to the episode.
Okay. I I don't remember that at all, but we'll go with it.
So then what happens?
Walter gets told by his boss he has to go out and do a live report while it's pouring rain. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse. Drake is still trying. So he overhears his girlfriends, or two exes and his current, talking and giggling. And he hears his name and then massive giggles. Which, of course, just anyone, I don't care who the fuck you are, how much you trust whoever you're with. You hear your name and giggles, you're going to want to fucking know what they're talking about.
Yeah, you gotta.
Like, you have to. I don't care how, like, I don't care if you've been married 80 years and you trust that person explicitly. You hear them talking to some friends that are female and go, your name, giggles, you gotta fucking know.
You gotta know.
You gotta know. So he goes over and is like, hey, what we talking about? And they're like, oh, girl stuff. He's like, see, I heard my name and giggles. So what are we talking about?
Yeah, they just keep closing him out of the room, though.
And they're like, "Ugh, whatever, and walk off, all three of them. And it's like, what? His girlfriend barely spends any time with him at this
She doesn't
party.
give a fuck. She wants to talk to the other chicks.
Which, fair, I guess, but ugh. So it gets worse and worse, and everything starts flooding.
The drummer says his uncle has a boat.
I think that happens after.
It happens at some point. That's my next note.
So I have it as well. The power goes out.
Yeah.
And so they get a little crank TV and are watching Walter do his live report. It's like, oh my God, there's flooding and everything. And then Drake gets a call from Josh. Goes in the kitchen and they're all watching the TV and stuff. And then Drake comes back out. I was like, it doesn't matter. The stage is underwater.
Yeah.
Concert's not happening. Which, I mean, obviously, like, it's an outdoor
Yeah.
venue and it's been storming this bad. I don't care if the stage wasn't underwater. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. No one's going to show up.
No. So that's when Gary,
Whatever his name is.
I think it's Gary. Gary says that his uncle has a boat.
Yeah.
And Drake says, why don't you get on that boat and sail off to Moron Island?
Also, at one point when they're kneeling behind the ledge when they're spying on the girls, the
Gary.
drummer and Gavin meet each other because the drummer is like, Uncle sold the boat. And
cares?
Gavin's over there just listening with them. And he's like, what are we doing? Spying. And they're like, oh, what's your name? And they introduce each other.
They
Hey,
just
I'm
meet
Gavin,
each
what's
other.
up? Just like a nice little exchange that they have.
That was great. Yeah, so Crazy Steve then is basically forcing Craig
Craig.
to crank the mini TV so he can watch Dora.
Yeah, because that's the only way that they're also watching Walter on his broadcast.
We get lots of classic Crazy Steve moments, like somebody going to eat like the last stuffed mushroom, and Crazy Steve just screaming at the top of his lungs at Craig, like, stop it. And then he's like, I'll have that mushroom,
Miss Parker.
Miss Parker.
Yeah, so, Crazy Steve keeps wanting to watch Dora the Explorer. And the last quote that I have is, do you mind if I go back to my program? He says it in such a weird way.
Miss Mom
Yeah.
goes over and asks Steve, like, can we switch over to the news so I can see Walter? And he's like, of course, Miss Nichols.
Yeah, he's always real nice to her, but then when
She's a mom, of course.
just Craig, he's a fucking animal.
So he asked to switch back to Dora, basically.
Yeah.
And then at the... So, yeah, I guess eventually Drake gets the info out of the girls, what they were talking about. And they're like, well, we were talking about who was the best kisser we've ever experienced.
And they all voted him.
And he's like, oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, nice. And then they start walking slowly towards him, cornering him.
Hey, which one of us is the best kisser, Drake?
Which obviously in that scenario, you would say your current girlfriend.
You have to.
Because
Like-
what would be the point of saying one of your old girlfriends?
It's just going to cause your current girlfriend to break up with you, and you're still not going to get with your old girlfriend.
Well, he is Drake.
Yes, but he broke up with them for a reason.
Yeah, true. So that happens. The power is shut out still, and then I think that goes until the very end, right? When
The power
they
never
just-
comes back on.
They just start doing the little song.
The
the crank breaks.
The crank breaks, and Craig is like so excited that the crank. Oh, Eric also has to go on the roof to fix the roof
Oh yeah,
and falls off of it, tied to the chimney.
yeah, because Drake tells him that that his mom specifically asked Eric to do it, even though she had asked Drake to do it, to go on the roof and to put a tarp on and weigh it down.
Which fair, they're in San Diego. It's not like they get a ton of rain, so
Yeah, that means they need a new fucking roof if they got all those leaks going on.
they do need a new roof. So yeah, the TV breaks and Craig is like he's been released from his shackles.
Basically.
It broke. I'm free.
Yeah.
He's like Dobby when he gets the sock.
So then basically that's the end of the episode, right? Then they just do the song.
They do the Queen We Will Rock You.
Yeah, because everybody's real down mood. They know nothing's going on. They're
like,
stuck
what
there.
are we going to do? And Helen's like, what do you think they used to do before electricity and mini crankable TVs?
Yeah.
She's like, I want all the ladies to do this. And it's like, why not just have everybody do the clap, clap, stomp? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
and then have all the fellas during the pause clap.
who knows, man? But she does it. Everybody's getting into it. Everybody's loving it. She does the first verse, and then Drake does it, and then Craig and Eric do it, and then it's out, fades
And
out.
it's like, yay. And then we have our after credit scenes of
Also, we forgot to talk about Walter's broadcast where he gets his shit stolen.
oh my God, he gets mugged. That's right.
Yeah, he gets
The
mugged.
cameraman leaves and leaves the camera on a tripod. And Walter's just by himself and gets mugged. They're like, we want your shirt.
by two thugs. And his coat.
Yeah, they take his poncho and his shirt. He's just left standing there in his underpants and his like wife beater.
Yeah. Yeah, the after credit sequence were garbage,
It was cut lines. It was basically
Yeah.
cut jokes.
which were not good jokes.
They were very bad jokes.
I don't even remember what they were. I just remember they
Like
weren't good.
they were definitely worthy of being cut, and they were not worthy of being in even the after credit scene.
Yeah,
But I guess they didn't have anything else. Which
I guess.
for the amount of gold that's in this episode,
I'm glad they cut those lines.
I'm glad they cut those lines, but also did they not have anything that was like better than that?
Guess not.
You know what I mean? Because they had so many good lines in this episode. They didn't have a couple of like, oh, that was okay, but we need time.
Yeah.
They didn't have any of those that would have been way better than these hot garbage lines.
Apparently that was these.
Oh my God. Like that was a very drastic quality jump in lines for this episode.
It really was.
Pretty good. I enjoyed it. What do you rate it?
I'm going to rate it an 8 out of 10 koalas.
Solid 8? Okay.
Mhm.
You know what? I'm inclined to... I'm sorry. I'm inclined to agree with you on that.
Yeah, you're going to go with the 8?
I like it. I feel like this is a solid 8. It's really classic. It's not like, oh my God, but a lot
Yeah.
of good lines.
A lot of very good quotes in it. And I think my shout out is going to be that writer, George Doughty the Fourth.
Okay.
Never heard of him, but he wrote it.
You got old Jerry Trainer, Crazy Steve.
Yeah, he did a good job.
I'm going to do Dan Mott, Gary, the drummer.
Right on.
Yeah.
There he is. I feel like I've seen him in other stuff.
He was in Yours, Mine, and Ours.
He's got a face that you see stuff in.
Yeah, I guess so.
Joe Dirt 2. Wow, what a guy.
What a movie.
And also music by Michael Cochran and Backhouse Mike. What a fucking name. Backhouse Mike.
Backhouse Mike. That's got to be a nickname.
You got any more shout outs?
No, I'm pretty all right with that. All right, well, this has been fun.
Yeah, I've been Jacob.
I've been Trevor.
Go watch some Drake and Josh.